And how is it going, everyone? Welcome to more DLDC, and I'm gonna be trying to get as many clears today before I need to worry about the real hard stuff. This is all assuming I don't run out of motivation before that happens, but it's fine. I have 21 hours almost of this game. That's pretty wild. The vault. This current screen is possibly the last one of this stage. It's pretty hard, but so far this stage had very hard levels. This one is mostly about surviving monsters. But at the same time, while there is the gimmick with the colors happening, and the gimmick with the colors basically works as in when the countdown goes, well, down to 0, you need to be on the color that it tells you need to be, because otherwise you die. Well, you will die if you get hit by the other guys, of course, but here I don't think it's a good idea to target the butterfly. It seems that just wait until you go down. Could probably get a couple hits here and there, but damn, that took more than I expected. At least you don't really have to look at the top of the screen. You can hear the beeps. The issue is that afterwards you have one of those cheetahs spawning, and those are an issue. The issue there is, how do I redirect the ghost bullets from here? Probably. I mean, that's what I did last time. Hard, because it's, even if it was only one, it will still be hard, but there being two and from two completely opposite directions is a problem. Or maybe I should stay up there, I don't know, honestly. Well, the problem is the combination of everything. So here having the butterfly effectively blocks me from freely jumping. I don't know, maybe I can down the butterfly fast enough, but the butterfly basically exists in a place higher than where you are, so pretty hard to chase. That should be a neutral jump there, but the butterfly cannot be right above me if I do that. Okay, 3 hits. Well, I should be able to down her then. Before then. It was too high. Damn it. The butterfly seems like you can down it relatively quickly. Okay, I got very comfortable there, but need to be a little bit more careful, and also a little bit faster as well with the... So this take 4 hits actually. I wasn't paying attention to the color. So then those balls appear. Well, at least a yellow one. Hopefully not with the other color, so it could be. That's a problem. At least it dies in 2 hits. Oh wait, and I was supposed to go up. See, the issue is that I pay attention to the monsters and I don't pay attention to the color. It is basically, just like many of the screens in this stage, it's all about learning the rhythm. like the sequence of movements you need to do. Because the enemies don't really, I mean, well, they do have some RNG, especially, well, the only one that has RNG actually is the butterfly. The rest really depends on you, and the RNG of the butterfly is mostly the bullets. Not the movement also has some RNG, but I think it's irrelevant at that point. Yeah, and I probably should down the cheetah relatively early. Because the cheetah is too fast. It's pretty hard to control. At least it dies in 2 hits. Gotta look at the right side. Okay, nice. Got it. And now what? Oh, there's more? No way. I was sure that a screen like that will be the last one, but no. Alright, hold up. Well, I mean, think and act fast. Well, that's kind of been the motto of this place forever, you know? It's not really about thinking fast. It's, as I say before, it's mostly about, you know, it's about knowing the steps. Like at that point, I mean, you can call it thinking, but I think at that point it's muscle memory. That being said, I don't think I'm supposed to go here. I think I'm supposed to go down here. But can you make it in that amount of time here? Hopefully. Well, here, if you go to this place... Actually, I'm not so sure. No, I think what I'm doing is fine, though. Like, go down first, then here, and then do this. Though, not sure exactly. Well, here, yeah, by... doing a jump, then fire, then double jump. And then here, it's still pretty hard. Like, at this point, you're gonna get lost, basically. Okay, and then you... Wait, that's the thing, you... Okay, that's hard to execute. Should be doable. You gotta pick up the gems. Oh, that one I feel like it's a little bit picky. Well, you can stop there anyways, but... yeah. And then becomes a problem because of those rotating things. I mean, those rotating things are kind of the ones that set the pace, set exactly what you need to do and when you need to do it. Okay. That one I did it well, but I got hit at the end. So after that... yeah, I mean, I think thinking here doesn't make much sense, because you're gonna end up, you know, having trouble to think anyway. So... like, because whatever happens here is something that you cannot predict until you are there, but I don't know what happens at the end, because at the end I'm pretty sure you're intended to go through here, but how are you supposed to make this? No, I think that this opens not for you to... No, hold up. See, this part doesn't make much sense to me, because... I mean, you can hit this green once you're up here, but... Yeah, I guess. But what's the point of collecting the gems then? I think that this is the part I don't get yet. Well, whatever. Just keep going for now. Huh. Okay, that's a bug. Mister, your fireball gimmick is a little bit glitched. You can glitch through the wall like that. It's fine, no big deal. Well, it's the first time I got a glitch like that here, so it's fine. Could be a lot worse. I still don't know what to do. Like, when you pick up all the gems, like what? Like, why is this part important? The double jumping here won't make you get here. And you don't have any fireball in midair here either, so... I don't get it. Because when you land, do you still get the fireball? Maybe you do, and I'm thinking that it disappears when you land, but... Okay, that seems to be pretty common right there. Feel like that one shouldn't, or rather should have been found out in testing, but it's fine. I fucked up. Yeah, well, and as you can see there, when the gem disappears, there's nothing there, so... I gotta assume, as I said, problem is that I don't have any way to... Well, I do have ways to test it, but it gives me so little time to survive this whole thing that I don't know if when you pick one of those things up, if it stays with you even when you land. I gotta assume it is, because otherwise that door wouldn't make any sense. Okay, that is being a little bit excessive right now, that glitch. I guess it's because I'm jumping, like I'm jump cancelling something that doesn't really need to be jump cancelled. Because if you hit the wall, it gets cancelled by itself. Yeah. Ah, cooks. Though there is still the problem that... No, it should be fine actually. Like, you go through the blue here, and then the green will be the next step, and then this yellow. Like, you don't have to go to this one again. Okay. Still hard though. It seems that this thing will be a lot longer than I thought. To the point that I don't even know if it's gonna have a boss. It might have a boss. I mean, I thought the boss was the previous screen, but it seems that that's not the case. No, what are you doing? That's not the place. I was outside. I was too fast. Damn it. A double jump You're not supposed to double jump in the middle. You save the double jump for the very end there. That was close though. Ah, I fucked up. It's interesting that you can get stuck in walls. I mean, something that I will say is that the fun game that I'm about to release has a very similar gimmick than that. So it's like not obvious how to prevent you to get stuck from a wall. You have to take it into account. It's not automatic, but it's just a little bit more attention in the gimmick, I guess. I fucked up. Well, in fact, it kind of surprised me when I saw the fireball guest. I'm like, damn. Pretty similar. I mean, it's not like it's the most original gimmick ever, you know? No, you gotta wait a little bit more there. But yeah, I think that right there, because this thing is here, and I think you're supposed to use it to go to the other side, it should remain even when you are in the ground. And it should remain here after you pick this one up. As soon as you get there, you jump back and use the fireball right away to go back. Yeah, and then the rest is doing it down there. Took a little bit long, but yeah, that answers the question that this thing stays even after landing. That was too much, but yeah, that's the idea. Like, it works if you do that. Ah, damn it. You know, I'm surprised the red one counted there. Hooks. Damn it. I think the problem there is that I already used my double jump, so I kinda needed to land, but the issue was using the double jump. No, I'm taking too long there because for some reason I'm not canceling the fireball. Like I just let it go and that's what happens. The problem is that there, when I try to jump cancel, you actually end up jumping because you do have a jump. Okay, I guess there you need to fall right away. I was thinking that I maybe should leave like a second jump so I can more comfortably land on the green square, but I think you need to fall right away and somehow, well, be inside when the time comes. Also, how is it going, Kyle? Just here, clearing stuff. It's getting pretty hard though. At this point, we are kind of out of freebies. So we gotta suffer. I fucked up. Well, at least this one, as hard as it is, this is a very well made stage, so I don't have many complaints. Mega Man X start sound. I don't know. Could be. It's possible. I mean, in fact, Mega Man X is in this screen right there. Apparently those are all the fallen heroes. So you have Mega Man X, Kirby, a Battletoad, and I don't know. Do you know which one on the top right, who that one is? I don't recognize it. I don't think I remember seeing it before. It has to be. Yeah, probably. Wait, do you recognize that guy? Because it's certainly a 16-bit character, but which one? But yeah, that's the issue of having to land right away. Like, you kind of have to like immediately go back after landing, and that's a very hard movement. I didn't jump cancel in time. Which, by the way, you cannot save a double jump there, so you need to like basically be on the yellow, cancel without a jump, and then fall properly on the bottom right exit. It's very chokeable, I think, that ending. Fuck, it's what I say, it is pretty chokeable. The issue there is that I'm not really paying attention to the jumping itself. I'm paying attention to the timer, and I'm thinking you need to stay there on the yellow because you're gonna get killed otherwise. But I end up getting killed by the spikes. Which, by the way, I think that they are pretty evil, those spikes there. There you go. You cannot defeat me, and we have what looks like a BDSM thing. You're supposed to hit. Well, then again, I think that's kind of the idea of this place. One known as Deus. Maybe that's another creator. I don't know. I'm not very well versed on the creators of the community. That's a little bit fucked up, because right there when there is a laser horizontally on the ground and another one appears right afterwards, you cannot possibly react to that. Well, I mean, I guess you can react to that, but it's like very, very hard to react to it because you're paying attention to what you should dodge, I guess. These rings? Oh. Huh. That's a cool attack. It's like a super hexagon. Fuck. Instead it's a super circle though. Tim, the Hellbar isn't even halfway. That's a problem. He's called Prankster, but haven't played his game. Looks like an action side-scroller. You're talking about the guy on the other screen, yeah. It's possible. I personally haven't played it either, but hey, thanks for the info. The sequence here is a little bit hard, actually. Shit. Right, so these rings are kind of an issue, and they are, well, they are RNG, so it's, memorizing is not gonna save you. And to end this. Okay, so we have 4 lasers now. Oof. Okay, understandable. Spark? Oh, I thought that was a typo from you. Sparkster, that's a pretty weird name. Prankster sounded better. Honestly. Sparkster? Well, if it's a Japanese game, a lot of Japanese makers love like grabbing a random word in English and just twisting it. And sometimes not even twisting it. I mean, after all, remember that in Pokemon, the legendary verse in the first game, one of them is called Freezer. Articuno is called Freezer. And the other ones also had like extremely generic names that I don't remember right now. Like, I don't know if Zapdos was called Thunder or something like that. And I don't remember Moltres' name, but like basically extremely generic names, but they are exotic since they are English, right? At least back then. Well, they still do that nowadays. And keep in mind that Japan's use of English is not very good, so anything that is English is very... Wait, oh, you have no contact damage here. I was avoiding the boss for no reason. Well, it makes sense that I would avoid it, but yeah, no contact damage. For those circles, I really gotta focus. Ooh, that was such a fucked up combination. Not much I could have done there. Yeah, the thing's there if I actually have to wait. But that's the thing. I was gonna say, you have to wait to properly bait the attack, but if you bait the attack, like, the horizontal ones are still gonna make it hard, so I think that it's better to not bait the attack. In fact, isn't it better if it catches you on the top, so the horizontal ones are not next to you? Well, next to you, I mean next to the platforms. So, is this easier to dodge from the bottom? No, it is not. I wanted to see, because dodging it from the platforms carries some risk. But that being said, the hitbox of these lasers is very generous. Very, very generous. Okay. I don't know how long it will take me to beat this boss, but I like it. I like it a lot. Probably one of the best bosses in the game. Obviously, not better than the ones in Bamboo Forest, of course, but I will say that pretty high. Oof. Ah, that's a shame. Oh, they are 5? Wait, 1, 2, 3... No, I think it's still 4, or maybe they are 5. It's a platform shoot 'em up. Okay. The guy is just a level 3 furry. I mean, it's the typical Star Fox character, so... you know... He's well, comparing it with Star Fox is, I guess, appropriate because it looks similar, but it's more the typical like Bugs Bunny situation, right? It's basically like an anthropomorphic thing that resembles an animal, but like it's basically stealing 2 legs. So I feel like I recognize this song. Isn't this from Legend of Zelda? Order of the Demon. Oh, it's... no. Okay, so I recognize it because it was from Castlevania. It says it's from Harmony of Despair, but aren't all the songs in Harmony of Despair from an actual Castlevania game? Because, I mean, that game is... Okay, from Ecclesia, yeah, I was out to say, right? Yeah, it's the final boss song. Yeah, that's right, it's the final boss song from Ecclesia. Well, here, even though attributing it to Harmony of Despair is fine, the real credit should be Order of Ecclesia, yeah. Because everything that is in Harmony of Despair has been in another game before. I'm pretty sure, like, without exception, well, there are some exceptions of unique remixes, like, you know, that OG Castlevania level that had remixes of the original. Especially the final boss. I don't think that final boss theme from that stage appears anywhere else in Castlevania. Like that remix, of course, it's based on the original Castlevania final boss theme, I guess. Yeah. Oof, that was... fuck. I used my double jump too early there. Yeah, I thought that this one, like, it sounded similar. I say Zelda because it sounded similar to some of the songs from the 3D games. obviously not the old 2D games. They couldn't fit all these instruments in a cartridge. Well, rather in a 16-bit cartridge, because yeah, Nintendo 64 cool. This is gonna be the new Time Machine 2. I mean, I was like 2 hits away from killing it, so no, it won't. Not to mention that this game still has more hard shit left, you know? Like, this is nothing compared to some of the stuff that I have left in this game difficulty-wise. And I'm not even talking about bosses, by the way. Just talking about regular platforming. Well, I guess calling it regular platforming is a little bit dishonest, because there's nothing regular about some of the Needle that I have yet to do. Regular is an exaggeration for sure. Oof. I was very close too. Yeah, he actually fires 5 afterwards. Got him. You might have destroyed his body, but you still need to escape. Better be quick. The abomination is coming. Wait, that's pretty rude. To call him an abomination. Oh, so this guy can just teleport out. Well, how convenient. Okay, so the abomination is also from Order of Ecclesia. That's the crab, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it? Though it doesn't look like the crab at the same time. Is it the crab? Those don't look like the pincers. So maybe it's from somewhere else. No, maybe... Hold up. Which sprite is this? Or is this the twin dragons from Circle of the Moon? Feel like it's the crab. Factorio devs say the next update is gonna be the last. Well, it lasted for a long time though. I mean, I've been hearing about Factorio for such a long ass time, so... Oh, you have to be shitting me. Okay. Oh, you have to be shitting me even worse. Okay, looking... Well, those are 2 sprites mangled together, but... It's the zombie dragon... Okay, so it's the one from Circle of the Moon, gotcha. Yeah, and the other thing, I don't know where it's from. Looks a little bit gross on it. Well, you can argue that the 2 of them look gross, but... The other one, knowing that it belongs to the twin dragons, even if they are, I guess, intended to be gross, it's just... You know, dragons, right? It's whatever. Okay, that's too early, but that's the idea, pretty much. Damn. Can't believe the game is showing nudity here. It's fine, don't worry about it. If it's dead, it's fine, surely. And can you imagine that? That nudity will be fine as long as it's dead. Yeah. I will be fucked up. Ah, Cox. That champ cancel there is a little bit hard to pull off. You don't have much time, really. Funny that you say that, because I went to a dead body expo. A dead body expo. Isn't that just a funeral? I think that those are called funerals. Might be wrong, never been to one, but yeah, I think that they have that name usually. The problem is that right there I do have the double champ, so it's gonna make me waste time when I champ cancel. Those are reverse and bot things. Yeah, makes sense. Well, I didn't know that the corpse expos were legal, but then again, I mean, I actually don't know what's the... Like, it's something that I never really thought about, because it never really came to my mind, because why would it? But yeah, like, I don't know what's the legality of showing corpses. Obviously there are platforms on the internet that wouldn't allow you to show that, but when it comes to how legal it is, I don't know. Again, looking at... if there's something I would rather not look at, is corpses. You know? I think that that's a little bit too much. Just a little. Nice. Damn, and that was with a lot. Oh, Ristar is here, Clonoa, Bob from Bubble Bubble, and It's. But you guys were not there before. Wait, really? It's not over yet? Yeah, don't worry. I think that place is not as much of a horror as your game, Ristar. So, sorry to say it like that, but I mean, I don't like Ristar. I don't think it's a good game. I posted the whole thing to Facebook and no one gave half of a shit back then. That's interesting. Huh. I encounter Miku a lot, yeah. Okay, so this is the end after all. Okay, or yeah, it is. So this, like, after seeing this ending, I gotta say this is one of the, without a doubt, one of the best stages in the game. In fact, like, after thinking a little bit more, I will probably place it even above Limbo. Like, I will only place it behind, what's the other one called? Well, the one that turns you into a ghost. I will put it below that one, but that's like third place to me. So yeah, if you ask me, this is either the third or the fourth best stage in the game. Cousin Noir, that's a weird name, but yeah, just know that you got absolutely robbed. Like, the fact that these guys thought that your stage was only good enough to be the 10th best one is an insult. Like, this is a straight up robbery. Like, you deserve to be in the top 3. So yeah, just know, like, be aware that you got robbed. You need to know that. Like, this stage was very well done. Very hard, yes, it was a very hard stage. Well, and also there's that problem with the secret that once you enter, you are forced to do it because it's bugged, like the mechanic that makes you go back. But aside from that, it's an extremely well-made stage. What was the top 1? Well, to me, the best stage in the game is Bamboo Forest of the Lost, which according to the game is the 3rd best, which I obviously fully disagree. Wait, I keep talking to this guy thinking it's a new NPC. I don't know why I don't remember it. I guess if they are long dead people don't care at all, like with mummies, yeah, it could be. Alright, so one thing I could do now, speaking of 3rd place, is doing that one shitty 3rd place that is about an avoidance. Well, or rather that the only thing left is an avoidance. I'll do that. Like, that one has to be over because it shouldn't be that hard to do. This is the mountain, isn't it? Yeah. That guy got super rolled. Unbelievable, like the guts, the goal to make him top 10 instead of top 3. Unbelievable. According to the game, top 1 is like some La Mulana inspired game that I couldn't get far and I didn't like what I see, so I don't know exactly what it is, like what it fully has, but it immediately made me not want to play it. Like, essentially you have a bunch of clues, it's hard to tell what you're supposed to do, and then all of a sudden you reach a room that kills you and forces you to start from the beginning. And when I saw that, I was like, no thank you, I'm fine. Now that you say mountain, I never finished a Celeste postgame. I can't find the strawberries without a map. I did. It's good. Like, the Celeste postgame is pretty good. Anyways, hopefully this avoidance is over. Well, we already know that it's not a short avoidance, and more importantly, it's not an easy avoidance. So this is gonna be a clusterfuck. But yeah, that's fine. It is like, this basically encompasses everything I hate about fun games. Well, first of all, it's an avoidance, so we already start badly there. Then we have ironic humor. Like, well, I'm assuming this is ironic, because otherwise, I don't know what's the joke here. Like, that's the thing, there are probably a lot of inside jokes. Or maybe not, I don't know. I think that these are inside jokes on the community, because otherwise I don't know what the joke is. That it's ugly. Like, that's the joke. Oh, you could shoot those things down. That's why this was so hard. I was not aware you could shoot them down. If you shoot them down, it becomes super easy. Well, this part. Not what comes afterwards, but this part with the bananas that are aimed at you. Well, I think they are aimed at you. It's a lot easier. Okay, well, that's good to know. But what comes afterwards is also hard, so...
Not in a shy way. Oh no. Oh no.
Anyways. Well, another problem it has is a lot of downtime, like there, right? And then we have this. So this part has a very big bullet density.
It's not the song. I just don't want to go. I want to go
Fuck.
there. I just don't want to leave here.
I don't know if I can shoot them though.
And you made it, and it was
I don't know what to shoot. Doesn't seem like I can shoot that guy.
I don't like long goodbyes, Gonzo, so
I don't think there's anything I can shoot.
take care of yourself, Gonzo.
You too.
Or maybe I can shoot him now. No.
We've had a little change of plans.
Now we're gonna fight Kermit. Are we done? Please? Okay, we are done. Nice. Well, knowing that I could shoot the guy with the bananas is, you know, what made it easier. That being said, I have no fucking clue how this shit is third place. Like, here I have the reverse problem that with the previous stage. How was this third place? Like, I get that some of the bosses have, like, interesting mechanics, I guess, and, like, there's, like, 3 bosses or 4, but, like, if it's just the amount of bosses, I don't see why it's such a heavy weight, because the level design, which is I think what the main idea of this contest is super weak. Like, the level design here is not weak in the sense that it's bad, it's just that it doesn't have anything special, and not to mention the fact that, as I say, like, this looks like a lot of inside jokes, and if that's the case, and the people that judge, like, gave it a good note because of the inside jokes, is I feel like it's disrespectful to the other entries, basically. But yeah, this one I wouldn't even put it in the top 10. Like, this deserves to be on the lower half of the game. I don't know how it made it to third, and it's even more insulting that it's tied third with Bamboo Forest. It's like, you're telling me that shit has the same quality as Bamboo Forest? Not in a million years, dude. Not even close. And I'm not saying it didn't take effort, because see, that's the thing. You might be thinking that my criticism is that it has no effort. No, it probably had a lot of effort, especially because I expect there to be a lot of hand-drawn stuff in there, and that obviously takes effort. But I think that yeah, like, that's it. Like, good effort, I guess, but I feel like it does not deserve being this high, and not even close. Anyways, I could try, since I'm here, the former hell bullshit, but that one... This one we already talked with that guy. Wait, it's below, actually. If it was made by the weird Yume Nikki guy, I wouldn't be surprised. No, these are all different people. Every entry is made by someone else. So yeah, no, don't worry. But no, I'm gonna go for the other Touhou stage, the one about the former hell. So the problem with this stage, first of all... Well, by the way, the author of this stage, Square, is apparently part of the main group that made the game. So just like with Renets, this just feels again like it's Obama awarding a medal to Obama. Like, it's, I don't know, like, it just feels weird that part of the staff is allowed to participate and even rate high, but I guess there weren't any rules against that, and maybe there's no need to have rules against that. But the issue with this stage is the gimmick is pretty hard, and you barely have any time to learn it before you get your ass kicked right away. But if that wasn't bad enough, the problem is there is one checkpoint, that is the one I'm currently at, that has a punishment room that you will see now. So it's a punishment room about, I don't know what anime, and I don't give a fuck, but the point is that this punishment room, you need to beat it in order to go back to the game. And the problem with that is that every time you die in the current checkpoint, you go back there. So instead of being allowed to practice this checkpoint that is not easy at all, you basically need to do that bullshit. And this is not an easy checkpoint, you know? That's the issue. Like, you're essentially... like, punishment rooms shouldn't be used for this. Punishment rooms are something that are very common in trap fan games. Because in trap fan games you have a lot of traps. And once you know which trap it's like you get to the end, whatever. But this is not a trap. Well, there is a trap right there, the pillar that is to my left. But the thing is that the rest is all out execution with this new gimmick that is not a standard gimmick. So essentially you have to learn this shit while there is a shitty ass punishment room in the middle. So you don't have enough time to learn this before that punishment room of course gets solved. And I don't know how that didn't weigh very negatively against the game. Unless this is a bug and the punishment room is not supposed to trigger, which I don't know. But the point is that yeah, doing that shit well, I forgot that was a trap even though I should mention it. This is bullshit, and I don't know how the judges didn't wait on this. Like, I feel like this, just for how badly made it is from a level design standpoint, like, this does not deserve being in the top 3. I don't care what comes afterward and what came before. Like, just because of this, this does not deserve top 3. But whatever, is what I think. Not what the judges thought, obviously. I wasted the double jump. Yeah. And then again, another problem about ironic humor that I hate. At least this one is cute, unlike the ironic humor in a lot of the other stages, but it's still ironic, no matter how cute it is. I don't think I was intended to land there. No, maybe I was actually. You can make it here. And then... Nice. That's a trap. I don't know what that means, like M9. It appears in a lot of like Japanese trap games or I don't know exactly if it's supposed to be Japanese. I think it is. Like, it's like, I don't know if it spells something funny in Japanese or whatever, but it appears a lot in trap fan games. And well, it appears here because for some reason he thought that making a trap checkpoint with a gimmick that is non-standard is a good idea. Or, I mean, the gimmick being non-standard is whatever, it's just that the difficulty of this... I forgot again, god damn it. That the difficulty of this trash is high. So you cannot, or well, you cannot, you can, as you can clearly see here, but you should not make it trap when, you know, it's something this challenging. Like, imagine the previous stage, not the avoidance, I fucked up. I don't know why I didn't land. For some reason yeah, whatever, forget about it. But I was about to say the vault, like that stage that I played before the avoidance one. That one had a lot of very hard stuff, but it did not have a single trap, or not that I remember. Well, maybe it had something similar looking to a trap, but for the most part it was basically just hard platforming. Imagine if that stage had traps like this one. Well, like this one, I mean, this is a punishment room. I mean, a trap like the M9 one, or a punishment room like this one. Like, it will be extremely out of place. Well, it's what this shit is right now. There is no reason for this shit to be here. Absolutely zero reason. Whatever. Oof, that was close. Okay. There you go. Though, isn't this where I came from? Maybe no. I hope this shitty ass punishment room disappears by now. It did. Okay, so at least for now it's not gonna be there. But that thing, as I say, turned me off so much from the stage. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You're using a non-standard gimmick in an, you know, environment, I mean, in a place where it's not easy at all to figure out what to do, and you don't give a fuck. This gimmick, by the way, aside from being non-standard, is very annoying to use. Like, the way it works is like you turn into a fireball that can get through spikes, but the fireball, unlike the one in the vault, is not horizontal. It has an arc. But then, if you are holding champ while doing that and you release the gimmick button, you champ. So it's very awkward to use. Like, it's not comfortable, you know? Or at least I don't find it comfortable at all. At least you have quite some charges and they automatically replenish, which I'm assuming it's something that's not gonna be relevant later on. But... Alright, so we are past this place. Oh, and we're going to the Spirit Palace, where Satori lives, and we have a different gimmick now. It launches you. Oh, what the hell? No, not reverse gravity, dude, no. Not like this. Reverse gravity. Team, that looks so cancerous. Holy fuck. This is a problem. And another problem, by the way, is the fact that this stage only... Well, the fireball gimmick, it explained it in a checkpoint, but not at the beginning. Also, how does this work? Why is it not getting pop here? What am I missing? See, like, again, this wouldn't be a problem if there was a tutorial, but for some reason, a tutorial is a bad idea in a lot of these stages. Like, it wouldn't have costed you anything to put a fucking tutorial explaining this, because it's not obvious. Not to mention, it's not working now. Like, I thought it was with the fireball that you will hit that, but I guess not. Okay, it worked there, so... No, it's because of the champ. That's how it works. So... But wait, why did it reverse gravity? Or did I make that up? Did it reverse gravity? No, it did reverse gravity. Why? Isn't it just a platform? Okay, no. It is a platform, but it also reverses gravity. So what you're supposed to do there is reverse one, then reverse it again. I don't know, by the way, if this thing makes you... Okay, it replenishes your champ. Okay. I understand, this is something that you can all figure out by yourself, but I don't see what will hurt, since you already have a sign that explains the fireball gimmick. Why cannot you explain this? Yes, I know it, so you will say, oh, it's unnecessary, but no, you will have saved me time figuring it out. And again, it's not like you have a policy of 0 tutorials, because I already saw one before, so... You know? Also, you know what will be pretty useful here? Having a camera. Like, you know, those cameras that appear in, well, in the ghost level, right? That lets you see the rest of the level. Well, it will have been pretty useful here. I can tell you that. Also, another thing I don't like about this one. Why are you making me shoot instead of using the jump button? Like, why do you want me to use so many buttons? Like, not to mention, for example, this fireball thing, you could have easily made it by using the shot button. Like, you didn't need to use a separate button for this. Like, I understand now that you see these gimmicks that require shot that maybe you didn't know how to separate both, but I mean, skill issue, if you ask me. Oof, okay, so you hit that, and then I don't know what you do afterwards. Like, you get that, point to the bottom left, and then double jump at the end with a fireball, I guess. Probably. Maybe. At least a good thing, since these are Touhou remixes, the music is guaranteed to be good. We cannot complain about the music, that's for sure. And of course it is not copyright. Well, when I say that it's not copyrighted music, I mean that it's not something that's gonna mute your video. Because it's not owned by a big music label. I'm pretty sure this one is most likely a Doshin artist, you know. Okay, got that. At the same time, a lot of these feel like they are not necessary, in the sense that, I mean, they probably are, but it kind of looks like you can skip over a lot of stuff, but probably not. For example, here, if you don't pick that one up, well, maybe you could double jump at the right time here. Like, it feels like there might be a lot of skips, but I don't want to figure them out, so I mean, it's hard enough as it is, so I don't want to make it even harder. Okay. I didn't want to deal with anti-gravity shit, honestly. I thought that Golden Sky stage will be the only one. Well, the only one, no, because there's also the BBB stage, but I mean, the only one after... well... Golden Sky, I thought it was gonna be the only one after BBB, but no, it isn't. We have this one. Yes, I already say multiple times I really dislike gravity reversals, because it makes me need to think a little bit harder, and I'm not a fan of thinking, as I already said. So yeah. I mean, that just tells you how good the Ghost stage is, that despite how much I dislike thinking, like that one, I like it so much and really think it definitely deserves the second place. Okay, I'm not sure what the movement is there. Okay, that works. I promise if I can remember, I guess. I feel like I scrambled a lot to make that work there. Yeah, like, I instinctively double jump, but you're intended to, or maybe not, but it's easier if you fireball and then double jump. Yeah, like that, it's just that with better aim, I guess. At least the good thing is that I think that playing this stage right now is the appropriate thing to do, because if you compare it to what's left, well, the I wanna have time, I have no clue how I'm gonna beat it. I'm probably gonna look up the solution or something. Then you have, well, Observe on Duty, same. It's just that there you cannot really find out the solution. What you could check is the places where there can be anomalies, but since it's random, there is not one solution, right? So then here the issue is that all of these are hard. Like this is gonna be the real filter, you know. Like it's most of those are very hard needle. So yeah, if there's anything that's gonna filter me, it's most likely that. And not because I don't like them, that's the sad part, simply because I'm not good enough. Which kinda sucks, honestly, because I mean, I wouldn't mind like quitting because I'm like, yeah, what is left I hate it, right? But quitting because a skill issue hurts a little bit. But it's fine. We will see. I mean, maybe I can beat it. We don't know yet. Especially Astral Prominence, I feel like I cannot beat it. Golden Sky will take a while. But I feel like with enough patience, I definitely will beat it. I should have used the Fireball there at the end. Yeah, there you go. That works. Okay, why didn't that launch me? I guess it doesn't really launch you. Okay, you wanna do that, but then immediately jump afterwards. Also, here, since the game started with the streets of former hell, and now we are in Satori's mansion, it might be possible that there are 2 more stages, unless you make like the fires of hell the same stage, which, I mean, technically, location-wise, it is the same stage. By the way, did this one have a secret? Oh, it doesn't. Okay. I probably wouldn't care either way, but good to know that whatever you see is probably relevant to wherever you need to go. Well, you can just sit here. I don't think that's the idea, is it? It kinda works, actually. Yeah, it does work. Yeah, you can stay here. Is that a good idea, though? I really hate that Fireball. That's one of my main issues here. The main gimmick here, I absolutely hate it. This was like a straight Fireball like in the vault, I wouldn't mind, but... What was that? Oh, there was... Okay, well, I wasn't meaning to go there, so... Well, that's also another thing that, as far as level design goes, I feel like it's very unelegant, right? The fact that you need to block off with invisible walls parts that will otherwise allow you to skip, my bad. I feel like a proper level design will contemplate that and change the screen to suit it better, right? Instead of putting... Well, then again, right there you could have simply just like made... I guess it's made on purpose, because there is no reason to not just put a platform there. So I guess it's made on purpose to be like, ha, gotcha. A little bit odd, but yeah, I guess it's part of the joke. Yeah, I still don't like when you use gimmicks like this to also make it a trap, or rather to have traps, right? that was all. Okay. It seems like here the game remembers there is a fireball gimmick and you gotta use it. Oh, that's a ceiling. See, like, there you have my main reason to not like this sort of levels with like reverse gravity shit. The fact that it's hard to tell what's a ceiling, though. I wasn't supposed to do that, actually. Interestingly enough. Like, I don't think I was intended to land there, though. Not like there's any issue if you just land there. Like, you do this and then you can take your time to do the next jump, so it's whatever. Here? No, it's because you have reverse gravity, so if you send yourself horizontally, you're just gonna fall upwards, but fall nonetheless. Oof, but that's hard. Okay, that's fine. Also pretty hard to stop yourself there. But couldn't you just, like, go the other way and then just use this platform? Like, why will you need this platform? I don't think you need it. And I need to reach that thing, though. I tried to use the fireball as soon as possible, but was not enough. But judging by that smaller spike there, I think you are intended to launch yourself there, but I still die. No matter what, you know? That's a problem. Like, if you don't manually stop yourself, you will hit that spike every time. Like, I was just trying with like a different input, but no. Like, you gotta manually jump there. Not sure how, because I mean, jumping... I tried jumping on the platform thing and it didn't really work. Well, but... yeah, you can... okay, you can do that. That seems to be the easiest way of doing it. I think. This save is taking me probably longer than I should be taking on it. Which is an issue. I didn't mean to recapture that. Fuck you, dude. The issue is that I don't want to do that recapture of that thing, but I'm not doing it willingly. Well, and the issue is that there you are otherwise pretty far to go with the fireball, so I think you do need to double jump, but easier said than done. I don't know, at this point I'm actually still not sure what the intended way of doing that is. But it cannot be that, so which one is it? No, I gotta stop doing that because that's clearly not the intended way. But what is the intended way? Okay, so you can cancel immediately there when you hit the platform thing, but I mean, I'm still not in a good place at all. Because I'm still far, like, regardless. Though you do get momentum that will help you. Okay, I guess that's the trick, that momentum will make you go faster to the right. Yeah, it makes you go quite faster though. There you go. Whew. Yeah, I don't think that save was supposed to be that hard. I think I, for some reason, struggled too much with it. Okay. The issue is that with this fast movement, it's hard to control this shit. You can just land here, by the way. That makes sense. This looks very hard. This looks very, very hard. Wait, what? Wait, if you don't press anything, you just neutrally fall? You do. Well, not like that's useful there specifically, but you know, it would have been pretty useful to know in a lot of other situations, right? If only there was a fucking tutorial that told you how your new gimmick works. Wouldn't that be crazy? Okay. And that's gonna be so hard. Pretty easy to fall for that. You know, maybe the previous checkpoint was intended to be that hard and now we are dealing with some pretty hard shit. Now the question, well, I wish I could see what's below. I guess I will die here just to see. Because for now, I don't have any reason to pick this up. I mean this up, right? Like to reverse my gravity. Maybe we will have a reason at the end, but again, this stage for some goddamn reason doesn't have the camera thingy, so it's hard to tell what's below, or no, it's impossible to tell what's below unless you get there. Huh. Nice death. So like I hit the spike and then I got abducted into that. Pretty funny of you. Okay, yeah. you need the reverse gravity when you make it here. If you had any doubt, well, now you shouldn't. Okay. Well, in that case, the question is how the fuck do I get this without dying? You see, as soon as I jump there, there's that spike saying hello to me. I get it that I'm probably supposed to jump very close to its edge and then still keep moving right, but then that looks hard. That really looks hard. Yeah, that will be pretty hard to do. Fuck, dude. This is gonna be as hard as the other needle stages. Well, it could be after all. I don't know what difficulty it has, but I think it wasn't considered too easy. Not to mention, this is, by the way, a nerf version. It's the revised version. It was meant to be harder even. And the worst part is that it keeps going after that. Like, it keeps going there, and then I don't know what to expect afterwards. Again, no camera that shows you what to expect. Guess I didn't press right all the way there. Damn it. But that's so hard to calculate. I mean, you can double jump earlier to kind of position yourself. Okay, the checkpoint is there. So after you go past that spike, I'm pretty sure it's aiming upwards and then just jumping, right? And that should be, hopefully. Well, that's it for this checkpoint, obviously. No, not for the stage, unfortunately. The issue is that if you double jump there, you will pretty likely hit those spikes. Nice. Okay, and judging by the fact that the camera is not scrolling anymore, it seems that we reached the right limit, which doesn't mean that we are precisely close, but to the end, I mean, but it could mean it. It's not a guarantee. We'll use the fireball up there, actually. Yeah, it's easier that way. Okay, I wasted that. So you use the fireball, switch the gravity again, then launch yourself upwards. Okay, yeah, I think that thinking about that without being there is not gonna be productive at all. Now what? Okay, you land there. And the next checkpoint is not even that far. Okay. Means that there is a gate jump right before it, and I'm pretty sure the game won't let you use the fireball there. Like, it probably will kill you if you try to use it or some shit like that. Damn it. The issue with doing that is that... you have to be shitting me. There you go. Too much to the left, really, no way. But you know, interesting that today, so far, I only exclusively use controller. So what happens if you try to use the fireball? No, you can still use it. No, you cannot. Okay, that's it. I knew it was gonna be some shit like that. You need to... Well, you can still use the fireball, but you cannot go through the spikes. I knew something like that was gonna happen, because why will you put a regular gate champ if you can go through spikes, right? Okay. Ooh, that thing down there looks ultra cancerous. Oh, I didn't see that platform there. Yeah, that's gonna be a rough one. Yeah, that one will be rough. At least it seems that we're heading onto the bottom right of the screen, which most likely will be the end. I don't know how far until then. This is gonna kill me. No, but that will. Pretty hard to stop yourself when you're going that fast. We'll have used the fireball there. Ooh, that looks very annoying. Though it might not be that hard. In fact, I think that is there, because otherwise it will be super hard to get through the spikes above. And then once you get to the bottom, it seems that it's mostly a choke check, right? What a moron, damn it. I don't wanna see what's on the left, personally. Is that a possible skip, I wonder? like from the other side, of course. But... damn it, that was the final champ. At least it looked like it. Hard to calculate the speed, because again, these gimmicks are very far from being standard, so calculating at how fast you get launched from those things is a little bit rough. Also, you know that pretty interesting that this one is themed around Touhou in terms of the backgrounds and the music, but I don't see what these gimmicks have to do with Touhou. Especially here, like this is supposed to kind of represent Satori's third eye or some shit. Because it really has nothing to do with Satori otherwise, right? Like the Bamboo Forest of the Lost level, like the cool thing is that it had, like it was fully themed around Touhou. Like you had the costumes that represented the characters and their powers, like you had like the bunnies as enemies, well, not to mention the bosses being correctly the ones that will appear in the Bamboo Forest of the Lost. Nice. Alright. Oh, it's gonna be a boss? Maybe Satori after all. It is Satori. Well, I guess I was asking for Satori, I have Satori. Okay. And the good thing is that we don't have to sit through that animation because it saves right afterwards. It's a remix of her song indeed. So it's very, very likely that this stage takes number 3 because of the bosses. But here, and especially since they are Touhou bosses and also like very bullet hell, it will be nice to see how it compares to Bamboo Forest of the Lost. Though in Bamboo Forest of the Lost it was very clearly more about the bullet hell. Here it's more moderate. Can you damage her with this? No. What I don't like here is the overabundance on RNG. Like, this is something that is very common in many fan games. Like, it's not something that this fan game is the sole guilty of, but the fact that the attack choice is completely random, I don't think it's a good thing. Because depending on where she is and depending what attack has been used before, and not to mention depending how hard the attacks are by themselves, you probably will get lucky that she doesn't use a hard one. So I'm never a fan of this sort of randomness to bosses. And again, this is something extremely common in fan games. It's far from being unique to this fight, but I simply don't like it. I feel like attacks should be a static sequence or something that has more control, as in you know, attacks that are exclusively conditional. Like if you're in a certain part of the screen, you cannot use some of them. But here it seems that that's indiscriminate. Like it basically uses whatever it feels like using. Like whenever it feels like using it, right? And well, the bamboo forest of the Lost One was way more traditional in that regard. Like basically it's a sequence of attacks. It's always the same sequence, and the attacks themselves obviously have RNG, but that's not the RNG that bothers me. Well, assuming it's properly controlled, obviously, and it's not extremely random to the point that it could lead to impossible scenarios. The point is that I much rather prefer sequence, like a static sequence of attacks and not a random one. I didn't say it's pretty clear that a boss like this has a lot of effort and a great deal of production value. The Yannick boss? Yeah, it could be. For example, right there, that combination of the falling wall and the attack that charges at you, that's a very hard combination to put together. But it's not like it was made to be that way, it's that it's random. So it could be that way or it could not be that way, but the only thing that will determine that is luck and nothing else, right? Did it twice in a row, really? At least the good thing is that with the fireball gimmick, it kinda like makes that RNG less offensive, because you can just get through a lot of shit. That was pretty evil though. Putting those two in a row when I was cornered, we'll say that it's pretty evil, but again, it's the issue of using pure RNG to control what the next attack is. But personally, not a fan of that. You guys should switch sides. If you're getting cornered like that, it's not worth it to stay there. Also, this thing, by the way, the fireball does deal damage, but it's just that you are not immune to, like, when you land, like, you will get killed. Deals an interesting amount of damage though, so not a bad idea to use it, I think. Well, you can see the damage right there, but I got too greedy, but you can tell that the damage is very good. Ah, fuck me. It's probably a bad idea, I guess she could... Yeah. And you don't have time to react to those type of attacks. Should have used the fireball. The issue is that I didn't want to use the fireball because it was gonna put me right next to her. At the same time, you can cancel this pretty quickly. Ah, damn it, that's a fucked up combination. Yeah, I'm certainly taking longer than I should. Like, I'm playing very badly right now. Oh, that'd kill me, dude, really? I should... The issue is that right there I should have used the fireball, but I'm not used to it. I mean, any gimmick that is non-standard, I of course don't think about it as an alternative because I'm obviously not used to them. And it's not like they are gonna be there in the other stages, you know? Oof, that was close. You sack of fucking shit. You really had to use that attack in that specific moment. Okay, so we got that, I think. No, but it ain't over yet. Right now she's using actual Touhou attacks. Well, oh, so that thing is something that I'm assuming is engine specific, like those circles, because they are literally the same ones as the Bolt game. So right there, Orin and Utsuho appear, and they appear in their like there is a fan-made puzzle game that they have those sprites. So the fact that they appear there, unless Koichi is also a boss that comes afterwards, like this makes me think that it's where it ends. There was an accident, the room was... No, there was no accident, the room was locked. That's supposed to be an Umineko reference, like the red throats or something like that. That's a surprising thing to see. Suddenly Umineko, unless it's not an Umineko reference. Kinda looks like it is. I mean, after all, Touhou and Umineko are... Well, back then, in like the 2000s, they were like the two dominant Doshin games. Without a doubt. So there was a lot of overlap in the fan bases, right? That ring attack is very fucked up, dude. Also, this looks like it's gonna be an avoidance, isn't it? So I don't think I need to worry about shooting. Yeah, I don't think that shooting Orin or Utsuho does anything. I feel like you went a little bit overboard with that ring attack. Very little time to react to it and also very random. Like, how do you oh, wait a second, I have the stupid ass fireball. I keep forgetting how this gimmick suit. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, I'm assuming. It makes it free like that. Yeah, the reason is that the problem is that you cannot use it that much. So even if you want to keep using it, there's only a limited amount of times you can use it, you know? I don't think shooting those is gonna do anything. Yeah, it clearly doesn't. So this is pretty much an avoidance. I'm not a fan of avoidances, as I said, so... Not to mention here that precisely because it's an avoidance, it resets the song every time that you reset. Because the point about avoidances is that they are charted to the song. Well, charted. You get the point. They go with the song usually. Not always. It's not a requirement, but it tends to be the case. And here, since it resets this shit every time that you die, it's pretty clear that it's intended to go with the song. As I say, I don't like avoidances. I really dislike them. You gotta make use of this fireball, mister. Oh, those are... Oh, that's pretty nice insta-kill. Well, that's also another reason why I don't like avoidances. Like, a lot of times they just casually kill you in a way that you couldn't have seen coming. Obviously, it's not like that has to be there for an avoidance to be an avoidance, but a lot of times they have it. Like, just a nice insta-kill. Well, that one I don't know if I will call an insta-kill, but at the same time, it's not like you could have predicted, oh, the sides are gonna be busy, so I need to stay away from there. It's pretty likely that after this the stage is gonna end, so that's the good... that's the good stuff. Well, assuming this is the last thing that you will see of the stage, I guess that... I mean, it's pretty clear that there is a lot of production value here, but I did not enjoy the gimmick. I think the gimmick was lame. The level design was... I mean, decent, but I don't think it was better. Like, I don't think it was even better than the one in Bamboo Forest of the Lost, and I wasn't a fan of that. But I still think it's better than that. Sorry, the opposite. That one is better than this. So, I mean, it's pretty clear I wouldn't consider this game a third place or even a tie with the third place. But I also wouldn't consider it that low. I would probably see, like, if you tell me I will swap the Bolt with this one. Like, basically give me the 10th place of the Bolt and give it to this one and give the Bolt the third place it deserves. That's how I see it. Oh, Orin said Satori's Sama, you idiot. I don't know what Utsuho said because I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what that sign means. Is that a gang sign? Alright, but yeah, as I say, not bad. Like, again, a lot of production value, but wasn't a fan of the gimmick or the level design. The boss was okay. The boss was cool. The avoidance is whatever. It wasn't that long or that hard, so I don't really object against it. I do think third place is too much. Like this one, I mean, maybe 10th place is too mean, but I don't know, 8th place or something. But I can tell you for sure, at least in my vision, this is not in the same level as Bamboo Forest of the Lost. It certainly is way above that Muppet shit that was the other third place according to the game. Yeah, without a doubt, it's way above that. But yeah, I will put it like, as I say, 6, 8, whatever, something like that. So certainly on the upper side of the game, but not that close to the top. But yeah, it's okay. It was cool, I guess, except for that one punishment room, dude. That's the sort of shit that you cannot do. Anyways, so there isn't really much stuff left. At this point, I think that I'm in between Golden Sky or the Kid Dream of Gimmicks. Golden Sky though is very hard. Like, it's not a joke. That one is super hard. And the problem that Kid Dreams of Gimmicks has is that it's non-standard physics. Like, every jump is a full jump regardless of how much you press the button. But compared to the other ones left, I think it's as I say before. I don't like this one, I wanna have time, or this one, I wanna observe on duty. So the thing is that if my skill doesn't allow me to beat Golden Sky and Gimmicks, then there is absolutely no reason to beat these two anyways, because I cannot beat them all. So yeah, it will have to be one of these. Astral Prominence, I will probably have to, of these three, I will have to leave it for last. But yeah, this is essentially unavoidable. Like, at this point we can only do Hard Needle, which is a problem indeed. But yeah, it's that or nothing. At least it's close in the lobby. Like, you basically go to the cave and to the other exit that I think is here. Is it? Yeah, it is. And then, oh wait, or is it? No, I think that I'm confusing this shit again. Am I? Yeah, no, this is San Oliva. I need to go to the beach. Damn it, dude. I fucking hate this lobby so much. You have no clue how much I hate this lobby. It's fine. Whatever. So go to, well, at least the taxi is close. So you go here and select beach. So in reality, all it's close at this point. Like, basically, from the taxi you have access to the beach and the mountain immediately, and then the observation duties in the cave. So the cave is right next to the mountain. So okay, should I do this one? I feel like I shouldn't, but I mean, again, at this point you don't have much choice. And I did try Golden Sky last time and I got ultra stuck in one checkpoint. I can try this one again, I guess. But I wasn't a fan of what I saw, on top of having non-standard physics, of course. And no tutorial as well. Essentially, what you can see here, like, I'm barely pressing the buttons. Well, it doesn't matter, you will full jump every time. I guess, in a way, that's not that bad, in the sense that figuring out the solution should be easier. That's pretty fucked up, dude. That's a 16 pixel gap. Well, you can hit this to line up, I guess. And then another vine. And this is water that simply disappears when you touch it, I think, right? Maybe. It is gonna be hard, no matter what, this one. Well, the game already tells you it's gonna be hard. But that's how that water works. Well, it stays there until you use a champ from it. That's the idea. So I don't know why you felt the need of using non-standard gimmicks here. Like, you know, non-standard physics. You know that you could have just do the same thing but with standard physics, right? Like, it didn't cost you anything to do that, and I'm pretty sure people will have liked it better. Like, maybe I'm wrong, and this makes it easier because later on the level design gets so hard that it's hard to figure out what to do if it wasn't for the fact that you can only full champ, but I still think that this is a little bit too much on the fucked up side. And according to the game, aside from being very hard, it apparently is also very long. So, well, not as long as it could be apparently, but still quite long. Yeah, the hardest thing about this, well, I mean, it can be pretty hard to beat these screens and everything, but the hardest thing is when you are out of this, getting used again to standard physics. That's the reason why I don't like this sort of stuff. In fact, I think that, I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh, but I feel like this sort of stuff shouldn't be allowed. Like, if you don't use the standard physics, like, I understand that gimmicks by themselves already modify the gameplay quite a lot, of course, but I think that as long as the base of the game is still the traditional stuff, it should be fine. But yeah, the thing is that here it's not, so that's a little bit of an issue, you know. That's... I'm assuming that's a bouncer, right? I mean, the game doesn't really tell you what it is, but... Well, here I was gonna say it's pretty fucked up. You want me to do the 16 pixel gap, but not really. You can line it up on the top. I mean, you're supposed to. You could ignore it, though. Okay. Alright, hold up. You cannot land there. Wait, actually, hold up. You're also not intended to line it up. You're intended to do this gap raw. That's pretty fucked up. For what I understand, well, for what I've been told of my first fan game, 16 pixel wide gaps are a bad practice because they are extremely tight. I don't think this guy gives a shit. But no, I think that really, like, why couldn't you have done this with standard physics? Like, I don't think, like, it would have even probably been a nice stage to play, but forcing the maximum height just seems so unnecessary, you know? Like, it's like you're ruining your level on purpose. It's kind of like that other Needle stage that had the zoom-in camera, and I'm like, dude, this could have been a way better stage if you made the camera normal instead of zooming in. And this feels the same. Instead of having this non-standard physics, why don't you just use standard physics? Leave the gimmicks as they are. I mean, I don't mind the gimmicks. The gimmicks are in fact pretty standard. But yeah, why did you have to change the physics, right? Like, it just feels so unnecessary, and like, it just seems like you're self-sabotaging yourself, you know? Like, you want your game to be badly rated. Well, your game, your stage, whatever, you get the point. Okay, so the idea there is jumping from here, barely hitting this, falling, and double jumping here. Then the gravity is gonna switch again. I think that this is just so you fall slowly. Then switch gravity again here. What did purple do? Well, pink. I guess that's pink, but I already forgot what pink did. Hold up. Is it a bouncer? No, it's not a bouncer. No, it's a switch, that's what it is. So this makes something appear, and well, that's also pretty annoying, isn't it? Like, not knowing what it's gonna do until it's too late. A little bit annoying, honestly. It's fine. Yeah, the issue is that from now on, like the stream, well, my stream sucks no matter what. The point is that it's gonna suck even more now because this is basically gonna be Needle try harding on whatever is remaining of the playthrough. So you will see the same screen for a long time. And yeah, that's not pretty interesting to do. That's how Needle farming is, you know, like you should stare at a screen, sometimes even for hours. I hope it doesn't get to that here, but I'm just saying it could get to that. And well, even if it doesn't get to that and it's something like half an hour, that's still a lot. So unfortunately here, the stages remaining are not gonna be very interesting to watch. Well, the exception being the observation duty one and the one that's rated first. Like, I don't like them, but if I get to them and I didn't quit before getting there, those at least should be interesting to watch. Wish they were more interesting to play though. It's fine. I mean, the thing is that in the worst case scenario, I can just look up what to do. In these ones, I know what to do. The issue is the execution. And that's not something that, well, I mean, you could look up to see what might be the easiest way of executing this, but execution is all up to you. You know? And no one else. Okay, so that makes that very briefly appear. I think it's refreshing water, so you're supposed to, well, obviously, as soon as you touch this, you go back, jump, then double jump into the vine. This is the part that is hard though. Vine jump into this water, line up here before you fall, and well, the double jump actually is very chokeable, because again, remember that this is a full length jump every time, so even though I barely press jump, it's gonna go high, so that's gonna be annoying, but yeah, whatever. I'm a little bit scared though about the length of this level, because you know that Golden Sky, the game tells you it's super hard, but it tells you it's not very long, so you can expect probably like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 screens that are like very hard, but then that's it. But with this one, you can think to yourself and be like, well, this could easily be 20 screens or more of this, and you know how long that's gonna take me? Very long, by the way. Quite a long time, and that's a problem, of course. Again, I just don't understand why you couldn't have used normal physics for this instead of forcing a full jump every time. Such a weird decision. Like it's like doing your homework and then you intentionally grab one of the pages and you tear it in half and you say, yeah, my dog ate it. Like, why? Why will you sabotage yourself like that? Yeah. I mean, in this case, it's most likely that he thought it was a good idea. Well, let me tell you that at least from my perspective, it's a horrible idea. It's fine. And I will assume that from a lot of the judges' perspective, it also wasn't a good idea. Simply judging by the place this ended up being in. Like the rank. I'm not focusing enough. My problem is, so far, I think the longest that a stage has taken was a little bit less than 2 hours, which is less than a stream of, well, the streams that I do, of course. And the thing is, it's very possible that either this one or Golden Sky or Astral Prominence will take me more than a stream. Like, essentially, I will have to dedicate enough time to them as if they were a standalone game, and I don't like that idea. Especially because, as I say, they are simply Needle. And I already have many Needle games to play that I'm stuck in if I wanted to. Not to mention a lot that I would like to play as well. So using that time for this is a little bit annoying. That being said, you can also think it as, well, do this and you will get a reward at the end, because yeah, that's what you will get. But it's still hard to justify spending that much time in stages like this one, if you ask me. As we saw with the length, it's also pretty possible that whoever was the judge that assigned the length this stage has is simply because of the difficulty. Because yeah, difficulty and length are measured separately, but in some cases length was very clearly measured taking into account the difficulty and not just the, like, I don't know if I should say the objective length, because I don't think there's such a thing. Wow, nice balance, dude. Like, you went from a checkpoint that I could like, took me like what, 20 minutes to beat, to one that I first try. Very cool. And I don't think I got lucky. This is simply not that hard. But something tells me, actually, I think I know what happened here. This is most likely a nerf. Like, since this is the revised version, this probably is not here in the original, and that's why this was so easy, because normally you're intended to do the whole thing in one go. It wouldn't surprise me. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if every screen was a single checkpoint originally. So yeah. What's the idea here? That? Maybe. Oh, I was pressing left there for some reason. But I cannot double jump after the gravity switches. I thought you could, but no, you cannot. You're supposed to time this differently then, somehow. I mean, you cannot do this in a single jump, I'm pretty sure. I will assume that this is... Wait. Okay, you know, I wanted to see if you could save in me there, but not really. It might also be possible that this is simply not properly synchronized. And that you're supposed to wait one cycle or something. Maybe not, but... I mean, if it is synchronized, I have no idea how to drop to the water there. Like, you have no room to do it. But at the same time, by waiting, not sure how it's much better that way. I think it's not better that way. The issue essentially here is that I think I'm supposed to land. Okay, yeah, I'm supposed to land. And if you jump from the ground, you will have an additional jump afterwards. Exactly, okay, that's the idea. So then afterwards you double jump to this gravity reversal and then gravity reverse again. And I think that here, because of these landings, you do have a double jump. Or do you? Maybe you don't. But what's the point of this water here? I guess it's... okay, I think it's so you can line this up properly. So you double jump here, get the double jump by simply touching the water, then double jump here. Well, actually, this is not background. What is this? It was part of the background, but no, this clearly means something, but it never appeared before, I think, and well, this stage for some reason is allergic to tutorials like many others, so it also did not explain what it's supposed to be. Okay, it's regular water, so like you do it to fall. So what's the point of this water then? Missing something? Because if you can fall slowly here, should be able to fall all the way up here without touching this, right? Maybe not. No, I think I get it. You're supposed to get it later, because when you hit this gravity reversal, you don't have a double jump, so you need to fall all the way down, get the double jump. Well, and that's the fucked up part. You're supposed to keep it essentially by jumping exclusively from the thing, but that's pretty hard to do. Is that really what I'm supposed to do? If that's the case, that's very hard. So it makes me think that that's not what I'm supposed to do. Then this looks crazy. I don't really get it, honestly. This has so much shit. I don't get this. Guess I will have to find out by trial and error, because thinking about it is not yielding me many results in my head. And the fact that you have to do it all in one go. And it's still hard to get through that. It is gonna be a clusterfuck, really. Okay, hold up. No, I do get what I'm supposed to do. Essentially, you fall here, you jump out of this water, and then you reverse gravity again. But do these things respawn? I thought that they didn't respawn. Or maybe they don't despawn, like they are always there. In which case you will fall here with reverse gravity, double jump here, and then you correct your gravity. And you don't know what's gonna happen here. You probably won't have time to react either, but... This is fucked up. No matter how you look at it, it's just fucked up. But yeah, that's the idea, clearly. I just wish, like, or rather I just hope that when I land here you will give me time to think. But if it's like the previous Switch where something appears on the screen and then immediately goes away, you won't have time. We can only hope that it will give me time. Fuck. Interesting thing is that in a lot of these cases, it's not the non-standard physics that are killing me, it's just the difficulty of the save itself. But again, that's more of a reason to just have standard physics. Like, the difficulty is very clearly in the gimmicks and the way you use them. Like, so why don't you just make the physics standard, you know? I think it should have been that much of a problem. Oof. Tim, it's so hard for me to calculate jumps when you're on reversed gravity. So yeah, as expected, you are not allowed to wait. So that switch, the only thing that it does is kills you, or rather it makes something spawn here, so you have to jump right afterwards. So after that, you double jump into this gravity switcher, then jump here. I don't think I get this, actually. Because this is a platform, but what do you want me to do with that? Unless the switch did something else other than killing me and it actually opened something up, maybe. I didn't pay attention if that was the case. See, otherwise, where else do you want me to go there? The platform on the top, like that brown thing, is the only thing that has something. Also here, you don't even need to do a jump while you're there, as long as you land. Yeah, like you can do that and it will work assuming you do the double jump afterwards properly. There's no need to jump from the ground. Oh, so we are just out of here. And you're not gonna give me a save? Really? That's not very kind of you. So you want me to get into this? That's extremely unkind of you. See, like, for example, why is there a save here and why is there not a save after this? Because it's the same logic. This is an extremely easy checkpoint, and the other one, if the only thing you're supposed to do is bind champ, it will also be an extremely easy checkpoint. So why do you apply it for one and not for the other? Like, even if that one before was a revision, why don't you apply the revision for both? Like, if the previous one was suggested by the judges, why the fuck didn't the judges suggest on that one too? Makes no sense. Oh, I'm stupid. You're supposed to wait until you land until you hit the gravity switcher, obviously. I jumped too early there. Like, the jump didn't come out because it was eaten by the air. Cox. Now, the issue is that that part with the vine after this doesn't look that easy at all. Looks pretty fucked up. Sorry, I got distracted there. Well, not like I got distracted, I did what I instinctively would have done, but yeah. You cannot trust your instinct in this stage. Doesn't work that way. Yeah, like, I'm fucking up constantly because I'm a moron, but yeah, I forget to double jump here for some reason. Technically, you don't need to jump here. Like, you could hit the reversal again and jump normally and then fall here. That looks a lot harder, not worth doing. Fuck. Here it's obviously, of course, even more frustrating knowing that you got past this, but you died to the bullshit that came afterwards. To be fair, I wasn't expecting it to be a vine, because I didn't think it was the same tone of green. But... well, here there's nothing above, for example. No, there isn't. It's just basically gonna be fucked up no matter what. Yeah, like, that's super hard. Like, staying there, like, you essentially need to jump. Like, you have to hold, I'm assuming you have to hold right and then immediately left. Like, that's so hard to do. Like, that's such an evil thing to put after this checkpoint that I have no fucking clue how the judges didn't tell you to put a checkpoint before. It actually looks hard to execute on top of being right after this shit. So I don't know what the judges were smoking here to not tell you, hey, that needs a checkpoint. I mean, if they are gonna suggest changes and the changes are gonna happen, why not suggest a change there? It's nonsense. Unless you like refuse to change and it was suggested to you, could be. I actually have no clue how to do it. Because it's... like, vines are already shitty by default, right? Like, they are a mechanic that fucking sucks. It's a standard, so it's whatever. It's there since the beginning, but... it's a mechanic that is extremely buggy, the way it works. Now, if on top of that you add the vine, like you add movement to the vine, like you're gonna get a mechanic that... I don't know. That is basically not a glitch, but two glitches. Or maybe I'm overlooking something super easy there, but that does not look like it's gonna be easy. And on top of that, doing this with non-standard physics, it's crazy. So you went a little bit overboard here. Everything else, despite the non-standard physics, was more or less palatable, but you went too far there. There was no reason for you to do that. Or to not put a checkpoint. Like, it will make so much sense to put a checkpoint there. I don't see how you could not, or how the judges didn't tell you that, if they didn't tell you. I guess it would be worse if they did tell you and you were like, nah, it's fine that way. I don't know. Yeah, this is not good. That's crazy, dude. In fact, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, because in the first place, I don't know how to do it right. Like, to me, the moment the vine starts moving, it's like I'm trying to juggle knives on fire. Like, we all see what the result is gonna be. Someone's gonna get burned, and it's most likely me. But like, you're supposed to not get burned, so what the hell? Ah, fuck, dude, don't double jump there, you fucking moron. Stop double jumping. That's the second time you died to that. You should know better by now. Yeah, I mean, it's the second time that I died to that, because in the first place, I shouldn't be doing this. I already did this. Like 4 times, in fact. I'm distracted, dude. Because I'm thinking of the vine. I'm thinking of what the fuck I'm supposed to do about the vine, and nothing comes to mind. Like, I don't know what to do with the vine. I simply don't know. And I don't think you can go anywhere. As I say, I try jumping here and it doesn't work, and I'm afraid to double jump because it could kill you probably. Like, the issue with the vine moving is that you cannot do the typical trick with the vine where it's simply like you jump from the vine, and I don't think you have infinite jump there, so like you will fall. Like, I don't get it, dude. I really don't get what's the idea here, and obviously it's not explained anywhere else, because it's not something that you usually see, a moving vine. I think that this is good grounds to give up, because I legitimately don't get it. The funny thing is that I'm getting consistent at the shit before. Shooting doesn't do anything, or the other buttons don't do anything. That's a disaster, dude. Like, that's an absolute disaster. I can't believe the judges didn't tell you to put a checkpoint there. Now you are to blame to do that, of course, but if the judges did not suggest a checkpoint, they are just as guilty. Now you're gonna request a revision and not put a checkpoint there, dude? Are you out of your mind? No, there is no checkpoint. It's not hidden, there is none. I'm spamming champagne right, and it seems like it worked. Garden. Am I gonna get killed by some random shit? You know, the problem is that it seems that this is pretty far from being over. Okay, and we are back at normal physics. Why the fuck did you put non-standard physics on the first part? Like, it's back to them. So it was a deliberate, well, obviously it was a, a deliberate choice, but I don't understand why you will do that. That's crazy to say the least, that you will do that. Like, again, you're ruining your songs on purpose. Also, what's the point of these red things? Because I don't think I'm getting killed by the red thing here, I'm getting killed by the spike. So what do this? Okay, I get it. The red things make the block disappear, that's what they do. I feel like you could have... I mean, the second one makes it obvious already, but... I feel like here you could have probably telegraphed the first one a little bit better. But now I have to get used to standard physics again, so good luck with that. Also, this is a copyrighted song. Yeah. Man, you know, it feels like there is a correlation between stages that are not good and using copyrighted songs. I don't know, so far it seems like I see a pattern. A stage is either mediocre or bad, and it uses copyrighted music. I don't know, I don't think it's a coincidence. I feel like there might be something there. It's fine. As long as it doesn't block my video. If this blocks my video, this shit is getting muted. Like, I'm not gonna have my video blocked just because of this shit, you know? Well, that, and next time that I play this, the music will disappear, of course. Just like I did with that Kendrick Lamar shit. Turn that shit to 0. Well, to be fair, there were also bad stages that didn't use copyrighted music. But just that so far, all of the ones that use copyrighted music have been mediocre at best. None of them have been outstanding, not to me, clearly for the judges, because the Muppet one got 3rd place somehow. I still don't know how that happened, dude. I don't explain how that could have happened. I mean, I could read the reviews, but if I read the reviews, I'm just gonna get pissed off, you know? So I rather not. I rather just, you know, pretend I didn't play it, that it doesn't exist. It's healthier for my mind. Okay. Okay. Wait, that sound effect, is that from Crash Team Racing? I'm pretty sure it is. Like when you select something or whatever. It sounds like it at least. Maybe not. Now that I'm hearing it more. So I guess the more that you hear it, the less it's gonna sound like it, right? How do I do this? I mean, you don't get a double jump from that, so... I mean, you're supposed to land on top of it, but you barely have time for that. I mean, for this one, I'm assuming you're supposed to spam to stay on top. This one, you're probably supposed to go pretty fast here before it reaches the top. This one is simply falling with it and immediately going up when it's past the spike. But yeah, this one I don't know. What's the idea? The problem is that was ultra random. Like, it worked there, but didn't feel like I did anything much different than what I was doing before, you know? Yeah, a little bit of an issue. I really don't get it, dude. Like, this feels so random. This guy has an issue with moving stuff, I feel. Not like moving platforms are a bad thing, but... The moving vine, dude, that's so messed up. I don't get it though. Also, what's the point of this being here? Like, what is this stopping? Oh, this one probably. Actually. This is the reason why it shows only one part, because the other one is hidden. So it also feels like if it's hidden here, it wouldn't touch it, so... I don't know. This one just looks ultra precise, and I don't get... Okay. I get how I did it, but this is very precise. Like, very, very precise. Extremely precise even. Well, imagine if there was no checkpoint here. Yeah, like, I think that you're supposed to use this gap to already be high and then jump all the way, but as I say, it feels so ridiculously precise, you know? Like, I don't even know if it was intended to be this precise. Unless I'm doing it wrong, but I don't see how I will be doing it wrong considering that I already got to the top twice by essentially doing the same shit I'm doing right now. Just that time I got closer, I guess. I don't really feel like doing this though. I'd rather do Golden Sky right now. The Golden Sky is harder than that, well, I don't know if harder than that one checkpoint, but the Golden Sky is very hard. And there is also Astral Prominence that I really don't know what I'm gonna do with that one. The issues that... Wait, was that guy there before? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I talked to him. And again, who gives a fuck if I talk to an NPC or not? But yeah, this probably like Astral Prominence is most likely harder, but this one is ultra fucked up as well. Wait a second. No, you don't have a double jump if you do that. No, so you're supposed to do this the way I was doing. Yeah, okay. So I remember why I got stuck here so much, because the very first jump of this save is crazy hard. Like, unless I'm overlooking something, the way you're supposed to do this is like that. Sorry, like that and land here. If you don't do it like that, it doesn't work, but like essentially making the kid jump right before hitting this and make it go all the way above this is hard. Like, it might not look that hard, but that is super hard. So unless I'm not supposed to do that, like this start of the checkpoint essentially was what filtered me the previous time I was trying to do this. And then you're supposed to do some bind fuckery, of course. Yeah, and I mean, it's an issue everywhere, really. It's just very fucked up. In fact, you know, I don't remember what you were supposed to do. Like, you hit this. Oh, I get it. You double jump to pick this up. And then you double jump here. The issue is that, again, gravity switchers require a certain mindset that is hard to acquire. Like, they require you to kind of leave some space if there is a spike nearby, because when you switch, it's like the kid moves slightly to the opposite direction, because in effect this is a jump, right? So on top of having to think in reverse, you also have to have special consideration for that, and it's very messed up. So this is a hard stage. At least the game, and I don't know if it's true or not, but the game here says that it's a short stage. It's just that it's an extremely hard short stage. So the shortness just comes from the low amount of checkpoints, I guess, but not for the amount that it will take you to it, the amount of time, I mean, right? Yeah, like that consideration here that you need to have with the distance is very annoying, because you will be thinking, well, double jump here. No, if you double jump here, you die, because you're swapping the gravity and you're gonna get hit by this. So instead of jumping here, you jump here, and also you're supposed to get past this, and the same thing applies here and here. Like, all of these jumps, you need to have consideration of that little space before the spikes. Well, before the spikes, and I mean before you switch gravity again, right? Essentially right now, unfortunately, the only two stages that I think I can play are these two. And I mean, this one I don't even think it's badly done like the other one that I played, but this is simply hard, that's it. They are not badly done, well, at least for now. These are not badly done checkpoints, but the thing is that they are both hard, and they use a gimmick, two gimmicks I hate, which is bind and gravity switcher. So despite the fact that it's still relatively standard needle, it combines two things that I really hate, two gimmicks that I really hate. So yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag for me, but again, this is all down to preference, and in particular as well, a skill issue. So I don't really have any criticism about the design here. Like, I think it's needle, right? Like, it gets the job done at being needle. I guess, in my opinion though, this is a little bit too hard to win in the game. But since there was not a limit of difficulty, I guess that, yeah, like it's not an issue. I just wish there was a limit on difficulty, because this stage compared to almost every stage in the game is way harder. Like the only exceptions being stuff like Echo Stage or the Vault or, you know, stuff like that. And of course the other needle stages that are like this, or kinda like this, like the one I just played, but they are very small exceptions. And not to mention that the Vault, I think that it's that sort of difficulty that will be there equally for everyone, while this one is here mostly to filter people that are not used to needle or to very hard needle, because I mean you can be used to needle that is relatively medium in difficulty, and you meet this and you're gonna get your ass kicked. I feel like in this case my criticism is simply that, and not of the developer, but rather of the organizers, to let such a hard stage make it to the game when almost every other stage is clearly easier, even though some of them are still hard, right? And of course, when we're talking about difficulty, it's fully subjective, but I feel like this is something that unless all you play is needle, this will be hard for you no matter what. And when I say hard, I mean clearly harder than the rest, you know? Also, I'm not sure how to do this one now. It feels like you cannot line up to this. Like you will hit the spike before every time. I'm probably supposed to be closer with this champ, but then... I went scavenging on your YouTube and found the fun game with the Yumi Nikki gameplay section. Remember the name had been bugging me for a day. And how is it called? Like, I know what game you're talking about. Like, it has a Yumi Nikki section where you enter a boss, right? Like, that's the one you're talking about. I don't remember the name, but yeah, I do remember that I played. Wait, wasn't it I wanna meet Maki or something like that? That like you get at the end and there is like yeah, I wanna meet Mickey, yeah, that one. Yeah, that's a weird ass fun game. It wasn't bad, it's just that the creator is weird. Well, the creator is weird. I don't know the creator, but it's just that what he showed in the game is weird. The game itself is fine though. It's kinda here like that one stage that is underwater that has so many weird things that thankfully it's an easy one, but it doesn't stop being weird, right? The blonde girl, I wonder what the hell the creator was high on. I mean, keep in mind that, especially if you are in the States, something that is very common to get high on is weed. Especially in the States where it's legal, because I'm pretty sure it's legal in some stages. So, the answer is most likely weed. Maybe, I don't know. I cannot relate. One song in that game suddenly has a screamer-like sound champ. Well, it has an actual jump scare at the end, well, near the end. So, or no, actually at the end, I think. So it's basically a weird game, you know. But it's not bad, at least, because, you know, if it's weird and bad, then it's something that you'd rather not play at all. But if it's only weird, but it's a good, or at least a decent game, it's fine. If I remember, when you meet Mickey, she's like, actually fuck you, and initiates that sequence. Or something like that, I don't know. I don't remember it that much, honestly. It's a very weird one. Certainly something that That kind of feels like a fever dream even. Feels like something that didn't actually happen, but no, it did happen. But when you say Yume Nikki, I thought you were talking about the stage in this game. Since I didn't play Yume Nikki, I don't know what things are in that game and what things are not. That game I knew that it was I Wanna Meet something. So you could have told me that. You could have clarified it was on another fun game and not this one. It's fine, at least you found it. And yeah, I don't know if it's the same maker as the... I will assume it's not the same maker as the Muppets stage. The gameplay is the same and that's about it. You know, I know, like it's basically like the RPG Maker horror game. With like a top view and shit. All Yume Nikki fan games have that top-down gameplay, I would assume. Yeah, Yume Nikki is weird. I never played it, but I saw that it's essentially a game where nothing really happens. It's like you just go through weird shit and that's it. And some people try to speculate that all of that has meaning, but it's not like a game like Eve, where obviously there is a lot of weird shit, but there is a plot, something is happening there. And not to mention that you can die to stuff and you have puzzles and shit. So yeah, in comparison, even though I haven't played, I'm pretty sure that Yume Nikki is just mostly weird images and that's it. Which, I mean, it's cool enough, I guess, but I don't think it will be enough to make me play it, right? Because the other RPG Maker horror games, well, most of the popular ones I already seen them, so even if I play them they wouldn't really be a surprise, but it could be nice to play. But I have, on Steam I have the Witch House, in fact. That's a pretty cool game. It's probably the best RPG horror game, bar none. Even the other ones that are also good, I feel that they don't get to the level of that game. It's just very well done, and it's also quite an early RPG Maker game as well. Witch House is goated, but I'm not a Shamskar fan. I think I am. I mean, it obviously it depends on the Shamskars. If it's a Shamskar that it's just there with no build up or anything, it makes sense. But the Witch House does a good job at making the whole thing creepy. Like, I guess it obviously it's a matter of preference, but I do like the way, or at least for what I remember. It's been a while since I watched a playthrough of that. I mean, again, the one that I watched a playthrough of was PewDiePie, and probably close to when he uploaded it. So a lot of time happened since then. So I might be forgetting, and maybe some Shamskars are out of place. It's possible, but for what I remember, it was very, very well done. What I remember the most, and well, it's pretty easy to remember it the most because it's right at the end. It's, well, precisely the ending, and the ending is so well done, dude. Like, basically the escape sequence is so, like, it's such an amazing climax, right? Like, the whole game is already pretty good up until that point, but that's like the perfect way to wrap it up. Even though I'm not a fan of the plot twist at the end, because I don't like sad endings, and I know that in a horror game you shouldn't expect a happy ending most of the time, but I feel like that's too cruel, you know? And I don't like sad endings, even if they are well done and narratively they make sense. I would prefer a happy ending. Well, technically you can pretend it's a happy ending if you don't see the secret, because it's only a plot twist, I think, if you pick up a certain object. If you don't pick up that object, it's like, yeah, everything is fine, don't worry about it. But that's not the true ending, you know? I think in general, there is something about Japanese writers where they just really love misery for some reason, even in stories that are not about horror, right? You know, something as simple as Dark Souls, right? Even in Dark Souls, it's something that, like, there's only misery. There's no good ending. No one gets a good thing at all. And of course the game is fantastic. It's like the story is like everything sucks and you did all of this for nothing. Good show. And it's far from being the only one. A lot of Japanese games just love their sad and sad, hopeless ending. Well, I also remember the Shadow of the Colossus, right? Just to give a random example, a game that I played a very long time ago, but I remember the ending being a bad ending. Bad as in it's sad. So they really love that shit. I don't know why they love misery so much, but yeah, I guess different cultures. I personally don't. Okay, I have no clue how to do this champ now. Because I cannot go to the right enough to double jump here and pick this up. And you need to double jump before then. So I don't get it. Like what I'm doing wrong. Or rather, I'm probably not doing anything wrong. I'm just not... Like, this jump is not enough to the right, but I feel like I tried almost every way and it's not working in any of them. So I'm a little bit concerned right now, because I think I have the right idea, but it just seems that the execution is ridiculously tight. And if I don't have the right idea, I don't know what the right idea is. I feel like it is the right idea. I mean, it has to be the right idea. Because what else could it be at that point? Well, I didn't jump in time there, but I'm not sure if that would have worked, you know? The thing here is that after, like, if you were able to double jump, right? Like, if you switch gravity here and then you could jump afterwards, well, that's it. Like, that's the solution, but you can't. So you can only jump once into this, but you don't have enough distance to make that happen. Wait, what's this? Oh, it says window. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but there is like a little button on the top right that if you hover the cursor, it says window, which I'm assuming lets you, well, get out of full screen and go window. Seems to be the logical thing, right? You made this checkpoint a little bit too precise, dude. Like, I know it's easy for me to say it, but I feel like this will benefit from a nerf. Because knowing what to do, it's still hard to execute. It feels like in execution-wise you went pretty far. I mean, not like the previous checkpoints were trivial, But this checkpoint is taking me, I'm pretty sure, 3 times the rest of the stage. So right there, unless the other ones take me more, I think that something here is not right in terms of balance. Like, what doesn't help is that it's one of those where every single jump in the checkpoint is hard. If at least there was 1 or 2 jumps that were hard, but no. You have the first jump that is, well, probably the hardest one in the checkpoint. But then you have, like, even this one, landing on the vine, then doing this and not getting killed, and then this one and being to the right enough, not to mention getting past here to catch this, right? Like, and then somehow not choking the end. Like, I'm most likely, even if I pick this up, I'm probably gonna die to the end, because, like, this is what I was saying earlier, like, the one thing of dying to the spike after you switch gravity, like, it's very common, and here the spikes are super close. So it's a checkpoint that does not have a single easy jump. Like, every single jump is hard. So yeah, I feel like you went overboard here, honestly, even if the whole stage is supposed to be hard. This checkpoint in particular just feels overly hard. By the way, I'm ending the stream when I manage to beat... Actually, if I do it exclusively when I manage to beat the checkpoint, I could be here for a while, but let's do this. I either reach the 3 hour and 15 minute mark, or I beat the checkpoint. Whatever happened first, I'm ending the stream. I guess, yeah, otherwise farming this for longer is gonna make me go insane. But yeah, unfortunately here, even though I probably will try tomorrow, I think that this might be grounds for giving up. Like this and the other stage, that is like, does the kid dream of gimmicks or whatever. These two are just way too hard, and if I cannot beat these two, there is no point on continuing. So at this point, none of the remaining stages I really care about seeing them. So at this point, it's simply a matter of beating them for beating them, right? For seeing what's at the end, but not because I like them. So if I cannot beat these two, like because of execution, because they are too hard, then I have no reason to keep playing the game as a whole. We will see. In fact, I already made a plan for tomorrow. The plan being that if I cannot beat a single stage before the end of the stream, I'm out. Like, say goodbye to the game, because you're not gonna see it again. Like, this jump is way too hard, dude. Like, this should be nerfed. Like, and it could be nerfed in many ways. Either you lower this a little bit, or you move the whole thing to the left and this space is not here. But the way it is right now is so absurdly precise that it makes no sense. And the worst part is that this is apparently a nerf version. I mean, not in this particular checkpoint, I mean in the whole stage. But I feel like you went very overboard there. Like, that's way too hard. But again, it's obviously skill issue. Well, yeah, what do you want me to do? I cannot magically become better, you know? And this is, by the way, something I cannot do with controller. This has to be done with keyboard simply because of the vine. Like, the vine makes it necessary to use keyboard, unfortunately. So I usually do better with jump refreshers with controller, but if a vine is involved, then no, it won't happen. here is not a single vine. Well, okay, to be fair, in this checkpoint it is a single vine, but it's one vine too many. And yeah, that's the issue. If this champ you do it too short, because this is at the same like height as the spike, you won't pick up the refresher. That's why I say that an obvious nerf is moving this down. Because if you try to champ very little, you won't get it. But if you full champ, you hit the spike, so it just feels like there is no way to win that. So even though I will continue this next stream, I think that this is as far as I can get. I hope I'm wrong, but it's looking bad. You know, the fucked up thing about this checkpoint is that I've been trying to do it for like, I don't know, 4 or 3 times, where I basically enter the stage, try the checkpoint for a while, and then exit, because I realize this is way too hard. Like, so far I think that this is the 3rd time that happens. Like, unless I beat it on the next 5 minutes, it will happen again. Where I'm like, no, this is way too hard for me. You know? But this might be my limit, unfortunately. That's something that will be decided tomorrow. If this is too much or not. But I think it is too much. But that's a good thing of dedicating a whole stream to Needle. Because here I didn't dedicate this that much time compared to the rest of the stage where I played other levels, right? The rest of the stream, I mean, that I played other levels. But if tomorrow I fully dedicate it to Needle and I still cannot beat it, then it's a very clear signal that, yeah, you are not good enough, give up. And that's it. As simple as that. See, as I say, I don't see any reason to play either the Vault stage or the number 1 stage if I cannot beat this, because I did not enjoy them. So beating them for the sake of beating them is useless if I cannot beat these ones that are obviously way harder execution wise. You know? That's the way I see it. I could also read the reviews to see if there is a hint, but again, this is not about a hint. Like, I'm pretty sure that the strategy I'm going for is the right one. It's just that messed up, and that's it. Like, it's just extremely hard to execute, and that's the end of that. Yeah, as I say, I feel like this difficulty should not have been allowed, because I'm not the only one that this thing is gonna filter. Like, sure, a lot of experienced players can pull this off, and they did. I obviously know that there are multiple clears on this game, which means that you clear this stage. But this filters at least 95% of the community, I'm pretty sure. Like, a stage like this, and some other stages also filter a very big portion, but this one I feel that will filter almost everyone, except the ones that are very used to hard needle. Okay, I did that for the first time, but yeah, obviously after that it's not over. You have to fall here and double jump. But I'm glad that I was able to get there at least. Like, that's... even though very shitty, it's still progress. So yeah, progress is progress, you know? But yeah, like, that's crazy, dude. And I guess that also takes me to the other issue that I was also mentioning, like, when I was just starting with the game, that whatever is at the end, I understand that you want to reward the player that went through everything, but I feel like as long as you beat a certain amount of stages, you should be allowed to see what's at the end. The same way that the game that you base your whole lobby system, which is Mario Sunshine, does. In Mario Sunshine, you don't need to pick up all the stars. Like you need to pick up a certain amount and that's it. Like you can meet the final boss that way. And this game will have benefited from that. Obviously. Because stages like this, again, I feel like obviously I'm pulling the number out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure 95% of the community will get filtered by this. I mean, Needle already, even easier Needle than this, filters a very big portion, but this is like the absolute highest expression, well, not the highest possible, I mean that it's a very high expression of Needle difficulty, you know? So, yeah, like you're only gonna filter like most of the people that will attempt to play this game. Myself included. Well, hopefully not, but it's looking like that right now. At least, well, it's too early to tell, but at least I gotta say that the stages I like that made it worth to play. Ah, fuck. It's as I say, this champ is hard, I guess. I think it's meant to be a very short hop, but not only you're going super fast, but also it's such a small gap and the platform is way too much to the left. Like, if the platform was here, it would be more reasonable. It's what I say, like, this checkpoint will benefit so much from a single nerf. Doesn't matter which one. Like, maybe this spikes being nerfed, or this being moved here, or this being lower, or this simply being more to the right, or this spike being lower so you have more space. Like, a single nerf will benefit this checkpoint so much, but... yeah. Oh, by the way, I reached the 3 hour and 15, well, now 16 minutes, so I say that I will stop and I will. And as I also say, I will continue this tomorrow, but if I cannot beat a single stage tomorrow, whether it's Golden Sky or like the Kid Dreams of Gimmicks or somehow Astral Prominence, that probably won't happen, but regardless of which stage it is, well, it could also be if I feel like playing, I could do the Observe on Duty one, but I need to at least beat one stage. If I don't manage to beat one stage tomorrow, I'm ending the playthrough right there, because it's pretty clear that that the difficulty that is of the things that are remaining is above me, but we will see. We will see next stream. So far, at least, like today there was more progress than I was expecting, so tomorrow it might be the same. But that's what I hope. In any case, thanks everyone a lot for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next stream with more of this, so have a good one and take care.